What's good, YouTube? Travysty here, and today we have our very first week of the Pokemon Invitational Cup off season. This might come as sort of a surprise. We've kind of had everything going on Twitter when it comes down to the off season, but here we are. So to let you guys know, on the off season, I don't know if I just said it or not, but it is monotype, which means that we actually had all the types randomized and given to us, and then we were put into groups. And right now we're in the group stage. So week 1, 2, and 3 we were playing in groups to obtain the #1 seed. That way you will have the best seeding possible going into the match. However, the seeding, in my opinion, doesn't really matter too much because you can get seeded. Let's say for instance, I get seeded first, but my type is fighting, and somebody gets seeded last place and they have ghost. If I have to go against that person that has ghost, I am in a huge disadvantage right off the get go, just because fighting versus ghost. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's still roll the dice. Even if I'm first seed, it doesn't mean I'm guaranteed a win. It just means I'm going against the person who probably had the least amount of luck. But that being said, I did get fighting, as you guys can probably tell from the makeup of my team. So we had the draft mons based off of that typing, and we went with a bunch of mons and got our stuff together. So fighting was actually the type that I actually wanted, just so you guys know, just to give you guys a brief little bit on before we start out the battle, because we haven't done anything for this. Basically what it is the sorry about that, guys, but the fighting type is the one I wanted the most, just because I've never played monotype and I have zero experience in monotype. So I like fighting type mons. Fighting type's my favorite type of Pokemon. I do acknowledge it's probably one of the worst ones though. In all honesty, like, it's a pretty good offensive typing. However, in terms of like speed and stuff like that, I just do not get that. So that is unfortunate. I don't get a lot of fast mons. I have some, but not all. But with that being said, I'm gonna roll with it because I like fighting types, and off season's more so about fun for me. If I win, I can dig having the bragging rights. So without further ado, our first match is against Josh. If you guys remember, he is the coach of the Cape Arboks, and yeah, he 6-0'd us at one point, and then we were able to squeak by him in playoffs and secure our chance to the finals. So if you guys haven't watched the two battles that me and him had, they were both very entertaining, and yeah, they were very enjoyable. So I definitely enjoyed Josh. Josh, I think he had the longest win streak in PIC, and he in the regular season, I think he finished first place, like in the regular season, not including playoffs. Yep, with that being said, guys, he got steel typing. We're going to roll into this battle now. So, as you guys can see, I brought Infernape, Scrafty, Keldeo, Mega Gallade, Lucario, and Hitmontop. My opponent, he brought Klefki, Jirachi, Empoleon, Scizor, which is Mega Scizor, Skarmory, and Lucario. Now, fun fact. Skarmory and Klefki were the two pieces of crap that I was trying to plan for a lot of this time, because I remember I struggled. Skarmory really just puts a hurt on my team regardless, because I'm fighting type and he's part flying, so it's just like, okay, at least I can hit him for neutral, but the fact of the matter is I have to hit him with a special move or else he does not go down. So Lucario and Hitmontop are definitely my answer for that. This is defensive Hitmontop. I also brought Nasty Plot Lucario. I brought Mega Gallade with an Adamant Nature. I believe he also has Shadow Sneak, just that way I can out-prioritize and kill the Jirachi. I'm kind of expecting the Jirachi to be Scarfed. Keldeo is great special attacker. It's also packing HP Fire, that way I can kill the Scizor if it comes in. That's probably the biggest reason why I have HP Fire. Well, that's the only reason I have HP Fire, honestly, because I'd rather HP Fire and just kill this thing off and get rid of it. I mean, I can HP Fire the Skarmory, but I think I'd rather Scald at that point and just hope I get a burn on him. And then he's got Klefki. Klefki's annoying. I look at it and I'm just like, alright, well, he's going to T-Wave my entire team with it, and I really don't have anything to hit it except for Infernape. Which leads me to my decision here. I'm also Scarfape. I have AV Scrafty as well. So let's roll into the battle without further ado. So first things first, I'm going to lead off with Inferno. He leads off Klefki. Now, the first decision that I have to make here is actually, where do I go from here? Do I want to take advantage of the fact that I am scarfed and go for the U-turn? If he goes for any move, it's going to really suck, honestly. He can go for Thunder Wave here, which will suck. It really will. But I feel like that's a predictable move for me to make. So I'm actually going to try and go for something to actually kill this thing off, thinking that he might just take advantage of this to either set up spikes or T-Wave anyways, because I don't have anybody to absorb it. So I'm going to just go ahead and fire off an Overheat and see what that does. He's going to actually set up a light screen, and I miss. Now the reason why this upset me so much is because not only did that miss mean that I did not get damage on this Klefki, I don't know what set this thing is running. It's light screen. I don't know if it's light clay or leftovers at this point. And if it's light clay, this thing has to go because my special Infernape and my not special, my Mitz Infernape and my special Lucario and my Keldeo need to have the screens gone. So what I'm going to decide to do here is I believe I go into Hitmontop here. Yep, I go into Lucio to Hitmontop. I'm going to drop his attack, which isn't really going to do anything. He's going to T-Wave me. He's going to actually take this moment to set up spikes, which I'm completely fine with. I'd go for the Earthquake because I know this is going to do a decent amount of damage. And I see he's leftovers, and I'm just like, oh god, it's not Light Clay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm paralyzed here, which is upsetting because I actually went for low kicks. That would have been decent damage thrown onto him. I go for the Rapid Spin here, of course, just get rid of hazards. And you see, he actually is not leftovers, which makes me happy. And he's not Rocky Helmet either, because Rapid Spin did not hurt me that bad. So I went for a low kick. I just wanted to see what the spread was. The whole reason behind that was I know that my purpose with Hitmontop is really as an Intimidate user. Just to kind of switch in on things and make it so they're not as threatening to hit me. I didn't mind taking that damage because with that low kick, I was actually able to determine how much investment he had in his defense. And that kind of lets me know what kind of spread he's running, because usually if you're going to pack defense, you're going to pack a little bit in the HP. If he packed some into special defense, he'd be lacking in the HP stat, which would actually hurt him in the long run. So seeing that he is the defensive set gives me a little bit of rest. So yeah, that's fine for me. I'm going to go in the Lucario here, as I predict for him to go for either Stealth Rock or Aerial Ace. I'm going to Nasty Plot here. Because he can Aerial Ace all day, and it's not going to do anything to me. I actually could have Nasty Plotted again right there. I honestly feel like I should have. But instead, I decided to just go ahead and start firing off. I didn't think anything on his team would be able to take a +4 special attack anyways. He's going to set up a light screen. I'm going to Flash Cannon here. That does 40. Honestly, if I would have set up again there, I think I would have just swept him with Lucario. I really feel it. Lumberry, Flash Cannon. Of course, I just went for the flat out play, I guess is the best way to put it. He Heart Stance me. I'm steadfast, but I am flinched. I will outspeed him because of this, but because of that light screen, I'm not going to do as much as I would like. I wouldn't have O-code anyways, but it would have been nice. Would have been nice. So I'm going to go in the Wukong because Fire Punch is not going to have to deal with a light screen. I'm going to take out the Jirachi. Now, the next thing that he's going to do is go out into Empoleon. Now, I am Scarfed, and I am Fire Punch. So, I look at my team, and honestly, the best thing that I have to switch into this thing is Scrafty, because it's AV, and it's an Adamant Nature, Shed Skin. So, if I do catch a Scald Burn, I still have the chance to Shed Skin that. So, I'm not as worried, and I can Drain Punch to keep myself healthy, because the Assault Vest is going to make it so I'm not going to take much damage at all. So I decided Scrafty, best play here, 110%. As he's actually going to go for the agility, which leads me to believe he's the old agility set. I haven't seen agility in Empoleon in so long. But he goes for the Scald, and of course, because I'm AV, it does nothing. He gets a crit here, which is unfortunate. I was actually sitting here going, burn me, burn me, burn me. Because I felt like if it's going to be a crit, he might as well just burn me, you know. But he did not get that. So he's going to go out into Scizor here. Now, Scizor is interesting because I have Fire Punch on this. And I went for Fire Punch, but he Aerial Ace, which was very smart on his part. Because that is a Technician boosted Aerial Ace. So here, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm pretty boned. And I realized that Fire Punch has a chance to kill. So I was able to KO that, and then I'm able to just go for another fire punch and kill that thing off. Keldeo and Gallade did not get any playtime in this. Like, he did not get any playtime. Neither one of them did, but Scrafty went well. I actually could have pulled off a 6-0 sweep if I played a little bit smarter with Lucario, but I literally was just looking through my set, and I was just like, you know what? Lucario can be ran special against the Steel-type team. I'm going to run it special against the Steel-type team. So, if you guys enjoyed today's battle, and you're a proud little member of the Carolina Cast Forums, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join YouTube's greatest travesty. Thank you guys again for watching. We're starting off our season 1-0, and we actually started off winning against the person who 6-0'd us at the beginning of the regular season. Thank you guys again for watching. Peace. I'm out.